First question is, why do 90% of Silicon Valley startups fail? Because they're not good businesses. Next. No, I'm joking.
Wow. Tight episode.
What do you think? I mean, I think it's not a Silicon Valley thing. It's just businesses. I mean, the probability of your business that you start today being around in 10 years, I think, is less than 10%, which is...
That's reasonable. And I want to flip the question a little bit, or at least flip the assumption behind the question, which seems to be that this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that if 90% of the businesses there are failing, that's not a bad thing. There are a lot of businesses out there that kind of hang on to life. That, to me, is the worst, the slow bleed. Because then you are continuing to put effort into an idea that's just not going to work. In Silicon Valley, if the business fails and fails fast, good job.
Because then they're on to the next thing.
Yeah, you take what you can learn from that and you get on to the next thing, because those businesses, a lot of them need to fail because the idea was not good. Why does any business fail? Failure to achieve product to market fit, bad management. None of those things are specific to Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
But I think that the culture there of failure being an acceptable outcome, something that you don't want it, but you accept that it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is what makes Silicon Valley this incredibly successful incubator of companies.
Yeah.
The fact that you're going to try it, it could fail, but you kind of take that, you get a little bit of detachment from it, and it doesn't reflect on you necessarily negatively unless it was entirely your fault.
Yeah, because you're going to win in the macro. I mean, this is a macro question.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, anybody that's successful, they failed much more than they've succeeded. The difference is their willingness to step up to the plate and continue to play the game. And John said it. I mean, one of our first episodes talking about John has funded, I think 16, 17, 18 companies throughout whatever it is. And someone asked him, what would you do if one of your portfolio companies or one of your companies you invested in failed? And he said, I would ask the entrepreneur what they're doing next because I want to invest in their next venture. Most people the difference in mindset between an entrepreneur and a normie, or I don't know what you're going to call them, but the difference is your willingness to fail and fail fast, and not take it as a bad thing. When and this is something that is very personal to me. I've started and stopped 4 businesses now. And all of them, I mean, in outward appearance, were failures. 3 of them broke even, 1 of them lost money. But to me, they were learning experiences. It's what got me to where I'm here today. Entrepreneurs fail because they get involved in a business to be a practitioner in that business, and then they learn and they move on, and they create all of those micro failures lead to a macro success.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the news or your favorite magazine and you see someone and you think, they just ran a business into the ground. Why are people investing in their new hot thing? Well, those people apparently, they believe in that person above and beyond the kind of transitory business idea that they were working on.
Yeah. And I mean, and just a caveat, if you have friends that fail in business and things like that, you're a bad person if you talk crap about that. They had the willingness, they had the guts, they had whatever it is to go out and try and create something. And if you're going to poo-poo on that, then you're a bad person. You're a bad friend, in my opinion.